someone close to you is missing you more deeply than you might ever imagine. They find themselves thinking about you constantly, wondering what you are doing, whether you ever think about them, and if you feel the same quiet ache that now lingers in their heart. The angels whisper that there is someone in your life who longs for the connection you once shared, yearning for the familiar warmth and understanding that once existed so effortlessly between you. Time, distance, or circumstance has created a divide, whether physical, emotional, or both, and this separation has left them feeling incomplete. What once felt vibrant and alive now feels muted and uncertain, and that change weighs heavily on their spirit. To this person, the idea of losing you entirely is almost unbearable. They lie awake at night, retracing memories and replaying conversations, hoping to find clues that you still care, that you still remember what you had. They worry they might be the only one holding on so tightly, the only one who still feels the depth of that connection. They wonder if you are content with the way things have turned out or if, somewhere deep down, you miss them too. The uncertainty gnaws at them, yet beneath it lies hope, a fragile but persistent belief that maybe, just maybe, your heart still remembers them as fondly as theirs remembers you. Life without your presence has grown dim for them. The spark that once illuminated their days has faded. Simple things, like a morning cup of coffee, a familiar song, or a walk through the park, don't hold the same joy. Where once there was laughter and light, there now exists a quiet emptiness. Daily tasks feel heavier, the world a little colder. They have realized that it wasn't the things you did together that mattered most, but the way you made even the ordinary moments feel special. Without your energy, without your voice or your kindness, the rhythm of their days feels offbeat. If this glimpse of a future without you is what lies ahead, they find it difficult to face it. They now understand how much of an influence you've had on their life, how your presence changed their perspective and helped them grow in ways they never anticipated. You brought a sense of purpose, a sense of joy, and a sense of belonging that they had longed for but didn't know they were missing. Now, as they sit in the stillness of your absence, they recognize that they would do almost anything to rebuild or adjust the relationship to fit the new circumstances. They don't expect things to be exactly as they once were, but they desperately hope for a chance to reconnect, to rediscover a version of your bond that fits where both of you are now. For them, losing you isn't an option. You brought color into their world where before there was only gray. You gave them courage to dream and comfort when they were uncertain. Since meeting you, everything in their life has been touched by your influence. It's only now, with this distance between you, that they fully realize the depth of that impact. The pain of missing someone who is still alive, someone who may still cross your path, or whose presence lingers in small reminders, is uniquely sharp. They feel that ache often. It comes unexpectedly, in quiet moments, in familiar places, or in songs that remind them of you. Once someone has experienced the joy, warmth, and understanding that you brought into their life, it becomes nearly impossible to go back to the way things were before. You have become part of their emotional landscape, woven into their memories and thoughts. They've come to appreciate how much your presence brightened their world. When life felt heavy, your words lifted them. When they doubted themselves, your belief in them reminded them of their worth. You offered comfort without judgment and a listening ear without expectation. You gave them a sense of security that few people ever find, a feeling of being truly seen and understood. In your company, they found a kind of peace that the outside world rarely provides. Now that you are apart, they realize just how extraordinary that connection was. They often replay the moments they shared with you, wishing they could relive them, just to feel that ease, that sense of belonging, once more. They've come to understand that your kindness, your humor, your honesty, and your light are not easily found in others. They know now how fortunate they were to have met you, and this awareness sometimes brings them to tears. It may seem that this realization has come too late, and perhaps you wonder why they didn't value you more when they had the chance. But human nature often blinds us to the beauty we hold until we are forced to imagine life without it. People grow comfortable in the presence of goodness, assuming it will always be there, and only when that comfort is taken away do they truly understand its worth. That's what happened here. When things changed between you, whether gradually or suddenly, they were unprepared for the emptiness that followed. Their world shifted, and the absence of your energy left a space that nothing else could fill. You had become such a deeply intertwined part of their life that, without you, things feel unbalanced. They find themselves reaching for their phone to share something funny or meaningful, only to stop and remember that it wouldn't feel the same to send it now. They see glimpses of you in others, a smile, a phrase, a gesture, but it only reminds them that no one else is quite like you. Your significance to them is undeniable and cannot be minimized. Meeting you changed their life in ways they didn't even realize at the time. You introduced them to a new way of living, one that valued compassion, empathy, and understanding. They admired the way you approached life, how you treated everyone with fairness, how you gave without expecting anything in return, and how you managed to see goodness in people even when others could not. You became an example of what it means to live with grace and authenticity. Watching you navigate the world inspired them to be better, to speak more kindly, to love more openly, and to see beauty where before there was cynicism. Now, without your influence close by, that motivation has dimmed. The drive to grow, to evolve, to believe in themselves as they once did when you encouraged them, has weakened. Yet even in your absence, they continue to hear your voice in their mind, reminding them to be patient, to stay hopeful, and to believe in the goodness within themselves. You may not fully realize it, but you have a remarkable ability to touch the lives of others. Your warmth, your empathy, and your quiet strength have left ripples that extend far beyond what you see. You have an impact on people simply by being yourself. Your presence has inspired others to be more loving, more understanding, and more courageous. You help others see that gentleness is not weakness, and that kindness can change the course of someone's day, or even their life. Still, as radiant as your heart is, you must be mindful not to let others take advantage of that generosity. There is a balance between giving freely and protecting your own peace. You deserve the same level of respect, care, and understanding that you so naturally offer to others. Take time to reflect on where you stand now, and consider your own feelings honestly. Do you also miss this person? Does the distance leave a quiet ache in your own heart? It's okay to acknowledge that truth without rushing to act on it. Be proud of the positive effect you've had on their life, but don't let their longing pressure you into making choices that don't align with your best interests. Love and compassion can coexist with boundaries. You can care deeply and still prioritize your emotional well-being. If you've felt that something has been missing since you grew distant, know that you're not alone. It's natural for your mind to return to them, to wonder if they're thinking of you, or to feel the pull of unfinished emotions. But you can find peace in the knowledge that their heart is still connected to yours, that they miss you far more than you might think. The distance has not diminished their affection, it has only clarified it. You are not easily forgotten, nor can you be replaced. No matter how they try to fill their time or expand their social circle, nothing and no one matches the sense of joy and understanding they once found in you. They haven't sought someone new to take your place because they know that would be impossible. You are irreplaceable, not because you were perfect, but because you were real. You showed them what genuine connection feels like, and they will forever cherish that. They see now that your uniqueness is your greatest gift. Your compassion, your strength, your quirks, your laughter, your honesty, all of it makes you who you are. They admire your ability to remain true to yourself in a world that often encourages conformity. You don't need to change or mold yourself to fit anyone's expectations. You are wonderful exactly as you are. This person already misses you deeply, and there is nothing more you need to do to make that true. You don't need to prove your worth or chase validation. You are already valued, remembered, and loved. Let yourself rest in that truth. Take a deep breath and allow the knowledge to settle into your heart. You are missed, you are memorable, and you are wanted. What you choose to do with this awareness is entirely up to you. Trust your intuition, it knows the path that will bring you peace. Trust your heart to guide you toward what feels right, and your mind to discern what is truly meant for you. The universe has a way of aligning what is meant to be, even when timing or circumstances seem off. If reconciliation or renewed connection is destined, it will happen naturally, without force. If a lesson was meant only to shape you both, then it has already done its work beautifully. Either way, you are exactly where you are meant to be in this moment. Know that your story is still unfolding, and that love, in its many forms, will continue to find you. Stay open to healing, to understanding, and to growth. The energy you give to the world will always return to you, often in ways more profound than you expect. So release any guilt, fear, or uncertainty. Let go of the need to have all the answers right now. Trust that everything will unfold as it should, and that whatever is meant for you will not pass you by. Keep your heart soft but your boundaries strong. Keep your faith steady, and continue being the light that you are. Lord, I lift up this precious soul before you. They are burdened by uncertainty and longing, unsure of what the future holds for this connection. Grant them comfort amid their confusion and peace in their waiting. Fill their heart with the assurance that they are loved, seen, and valued, not just by others, but by you. Help them to feel your presence guiding them toward clarity and healing. Remind them that their worth is not defined by anyone else's affection, but by the love you have placed within them. May they find solace in knowing that their kindness and compassion have touched many lives. Give them the strength to trust their journey and the wisdom to make choices aligned with their truest self. Let peace replace anxiety, and let love, in all its purest forms, surround them once more. Amen.